All right, this is B'nai Avraham for Gerim by Gerim, and I am pointing out the ger in every week's parsha, the parsha hashavua, what we read in the Torah every week. What you're looking at is the first pasuk up top here of the Torah. Bareishis bara Elokim eis hashamayim ve'eis haaretz. Now, first of all, in this first pasuk, something interesting is there's 7 words. In the first word, Bareishis, there's 7 letters. The first 3 letters are also the second word, bara, which is to create. Okay, so Beis Reish Aleph means bara. This is the second word, means to create. Now, each letter in Hebrew has a numerical value. The Beis, which is the first letter, has a numerical value of 2. The Reish has the numerical value of 200, and the Aleph has the numerical value of 1. Together, if you add those values, we get 203. That is the same numerical value as the word ger, gimel, reish. Gimel is 3 and reish is 200, so you have 203. So the word bara, to create, has the same gematria as ger. Now, seemingly, what does this teach us? This teaches us that the ger is like the creation. So the creation is like the ger. How so? Seemingly, the creation exists independently from God. We know that's not true. Einod milvado, there's only God, and nothing can exist independently outside of God. God is ultimate existence. So, the ger is the creation is the ger, seemingly a stranger with God. What made me think of this was the pasuk where God tells the Jews that you are gerim, strangers, with me in the land of Israel. Why? Because God owns the land, and he's just giving it to the Jews as stewards to watch it and keep it. And if they don't watch it and keep it, obviously they get rejected. They get rejected from the land, which is in the situation that we find ourselves in now, where Jews are spread out all over the world. So, the ger is right there in the very first word of the Torah, bara, in the numerical value. It's hinted at. These are called remez, which are hints. And this hints to the idea and the concept that the entirety of creation is like a stranger with God. Now, what is the role of creation? The role of creation is to return to God, to return to its source, and acknowledge its source, where it came from. And so that's basically it. That's been the ger and Bareishis. Also, one last thing I'll point out is if you look at this word, from the perspective of the letters themselves, the Aleph is on the right side and the base is on the left side of the Reish. Reish in Hebrew can also be said Rosh, which means head. The Aleph represents Chachma and the base represents Bina, respectively. Now, the 2 letters together, Aleph and base, spell the word Av. Reish can be said Rosh, so you have the head of the Father. And this is where all children come from. And God made every man as a tselem Elokim, after his own image. As we know, every man bears a child after his own image. So, therefore, we see that we're all children of God, and we all come from the brain of God, the head of the Father. Gimel Rishonis is another Rosh Tevis for ger. The Gimel Rishonis are Chachma, Bina, and Das. Those are contained within the head, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, respectively. This has been the ger in Bareishis. Thank you for listening. Next we'll do Noach.